You know, when I entered college, I thought I was going to be a psychiatrist. When I entered medical school, I thought I was going to be a psychiatrist. So I loved the brain. That was where my talents were. You know, I had a great deal of eye-hand coordination, the ability to think in 3 dimensions. I was a very careful person, never knocked things over and said, oops, which is a great characteristic for a brain surgeon, by the way. So, do you have a brain? If you have a brain, then you're fine. It doesn't really matter what's going on out there. And, you know, sitting in the hallways and listening to the PA system, it was just exciting to me. It was thrilling. Seeing doctors walking by with charts, with their stethoscopes around their neck, and hearing them being paged, all of that just excited me. And I just said, yeah, this is where I belong. So I was always listening to classical music because I had to get to the point where I could identify a piece in just a few seconds. You know, I always say, the more you know, the more valuable you become. I can tell you as a brain surgeon, you cannot overload your brain.
I struggle in courses where I listen to a lot of boring lectures.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get anything out of boring lectures. I get 0. And I was 6 hours a day. So I made an executive decision to skip the boring lectures and to spend that time reading. And the rest of medical school was a snap after that. And, you know, I was not a person who really particularly wanted to be president. I ran because there was so much insistence. And, you know, I really didn't want to do it, but there was just so much pressure.
As you well know, President Obama, was he born? Do you believe he was born in the United States?
I do believe that.
Do you believe he's a Christian?
He says he is.
But I know he says he is, but do you believe he is?
I have to take him at his word.
Why can't you just say he's a Christian? If he goes to church, he believes in Christ, why can't you just simply say he's a Christian?
I can simply say that I'll take him at his word.
Okay.
You said we live in a Gestapo age, and this is a quote, we're very much like Nazi Germany, and then you write a book about America the Beautiful. That seems to be such a contradiction.
What, did you read the book?
I have not read the book, no.
I rest my case.
Because someone told me that neurosurgeons die early. And I didn't believe it, so I wrote down the name of the last 10 that I knew who died, calculate the average age of death, and it was 61. So I said I'm going to retire from medicine when I turn 61. So many people were just rabid about me running for president. You got to run for, and I said, if I just ignore these people, it'll go away. When I used to get very angry as a teenager, as a child, and you know, the day came that I almost stabbed someone, and fully recognizing that I was never going to realize my dream of becoming a doctor with that kind of temper. Started thinking about what I could do, and I started reading all the time. If I had 5 minutes, I had a book. And in the space of a year and a half, I went from the bottom of the class to the top of the class, much to the consternation of all those people who used to laugh and call me stupid. Give you an idea of how complex your brain is. First of all, the sound waves had to leave my lips, travel to the ear, enter your external auditory meatus, travel down to your tympanic membrane, set up a vibratory force, which traveled across the ossicles of the middle ear to the over and round with the and I'm barely getting started.
I'm not a politician, so I don't do things like traditional politicians do.